Okay, quick little lesson on how to use a spreadsheet. For Newton's second law, we have to do a little bit of math. You could do it on your own, or we could get the computer to do it for you. For example, we know that the force is 9.8 multiplied by whatever the hanging mass is. So instead of using my calculator, I can type in the cell and say that this cell equals, that's telling the computer I want it to do math, equals 9.8 times whatever's in this cell. And then I hit enter, and it does the math for me. Now if I click back on this box and drag the corner, I can pull it down and it'll figure those 5 forces out for me. Similarly for acceleration, if I click equals, I know that the acceleration, I already did the thinking, it's 2 times the distance, so I'm going to hit 2, shift 8 for the times. Instead of typing the distance, I'm going to click on the cell, then I have to divide that by t squared, so divide t, and then shift 6 for to the power of 2. So that's telling the computer I want to do 2 times the distance cell divided by the time squared. It equals. So my acceleration for that one was 0.4. Same thing if I grab the corner, I can pull it down and it'll calculate all my accelerations for me. The next step in the lab is to graph it. So using control, I'm going to highlight the force numbers, and I already have my acceleration numbers highlighted. So control, highlight the one column, hold down control, highlight the other column, and I've got my data selected. I'm going to click over here on the chart wizard, or insert chart. I don't want a bar chart, so column chart, so I'm going to switch this to say, the one I like the best and I've gotten okay at working with is an XY scatter. So I'm going to tell the computer I want an XY scatter. There we go, got a kind of a funny point there, but there's my data more or less through there. Now I want the power of the computer is I can get the computer to do the line of best fit. To do that, I'm going to click on any data point, and that changes my options over here. I've now switched to customize. I'm going to tell the computer that I want my trend line, so it'll draw the line of best fit. There it is. Now, before I click Windows, if I scroll down a little bit, under label, instead of none, if I switch this to say use equation, it'll display the equation for me. There's my equation. So from the data I got for this lab, the equation, the computer saying y equals 1.81x plus 0.137. Instead of y, though, it's force. So force equals 1.81 times, acceleration is my y value. Acceleration equals 1.81 times force. To help me fix that up, we can do another cool thing. Under chart axis and titles, if I click here, the horizontal axis, I goofed that up. Horizontal axis is actually the force, so I could label that as force, and it's in newtons. Then click and change this. The vertical axis is acceleration. Oops. Acceleration, and that's in meters per second squared. There. Now I can move it over here, make it look a little bit nicer. Now I've got a nice graph. It's got a title, the axes are labeled. I know I've got my line of best fit and the equation to go with it. Follow that, and that'll help you make your own